Well, that was a development for sure.
You're back. And in one piece, no less. It is good to see you again.
Professor Rookwood told me about what happened at Rookwood Castle.
In light of the dire circumstances in which we find ourselves, it is most fortunate that someone so competent is following this path.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep this second artifact safe, as you've advised.
Good. Are you ready to move on?
What was the glowing stand that Isadora pulled from her father's chest?
It was pain. You will understand more about her actions as you complete the trials.
I'm ready for whatever comes next.
In that case, introductions are in order.
Allow me to introduce former Hogwarts headmistress, Neve Fitzgerald.
How do you do? I must say that I was not entirely surprised to learn that a student had been completing the trials. I've always believed Hogwarts students capable of anything they set their minds to.
Thank you, Professor. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
I am certain that you are more than capable of completing my trial. However, I must first, how shall I say, prepare the location of your next trial.
We trust your judgment, Professor Fitzgerald. You should know better than anyone how to manage the inconvenience of, well...
A vainglorious and exasperating headmaster? Indeed, I should. I shall confirm that everything is in order immediately.
Of course. Professor Fitzgerald needs some time to clear the way forward. Until then, you should continue to hone your magic. If you learn more about Ranrock and Victor Rookwood's activities in the meantime, please let us know.
Very well, Professor. I know. Continue to hone my magic.
You do learn quickly. Hopefully you will soon hear from Lodgok as well, and we shall learn how he fared with the helmet you retrieved. Well done today, as always. We shall speak again soon.
Oh, it's winter.
Natty told me about your run-in with the poachers. I have some news about them as well. Can you meet me soon? I fear that some of what I uncovered has to do with you.
Uh-oh.
When you have a moment, please stop by the Room of Requirement. Deke mentioned you might be interested in learning how to breed beasts.
I have been asked to teach you the exploding charm, Bombarda.
Ah.
Once you have completed the tasks I've set forth, speak to me after class.
Is that it? Okay, so I have acquire a
Revelio.
I've been studying Salazar Slytherin's spellbook.
Oh
Meet me in the
dear.
Undercroft. I found something.
Let me guess, you're gonna teach me Avada Kedavra. Oh, what the frick did I just start making work? Oh, I accidentally did a game clip with Xbox. Oops. Level 2, which I still haven't gotten because I haven't been able to find enough demi-guys. Ugh.
Revelio.
Aw, aren't you a cutie? A niffler.
Excellent work today. Class dismissed. I take it you're ready to learn.
I completed your assignment, Professor. I'm ready to learn Bombarda now.
Good. Now, this spell comes with a caveat. It should only be used when necessary. The exploding charm, as you might suspect, can hurt people. Use caution when casting it.
It sounds more useful than anything. Of course, Professor. Is this an Of course,
I will,
of
Professor.
course.
I will hold you to that promise.
Of course, I'm definitely not going to be
Now,
exploding
you
enemies
must be
with
precise
it.
in your wand movements. We don't want you blowing your hand off. Go ahead. Nice and steady wand movements. Remember, the exploding charm is highly volatile. Well done.
Yay. Bombarda.
Let us put it into practice, shall we? Go ahead and try it on the pumpkins.
Okay, you said try it on the pumpkin, so I'll try it on the...
Excellent wand work. Cast the spell just like that every time. Assured and in control. Textbook execution. Bravo.
Okay, so it's an exploding charm.
Excellent. You have it well in hand.
Professor, might I have a moment?
Yes. What is it?
I was wondering, what inspired your interest in magical beasts?
Are you considering some sort of profession in the field?
I haven't decided quite yet, but I do find magical beasts fascinating.
You do seem to engage well with the beasts in class. I believe that when choosing a path, particularly of a scholarly nature, one must take into account both one's enthusiasm for a particular subject, as well as how one may best serve the students to whom one is obligated to both inspire and teach.
Of course, Professor. When did your path become clear?
I recall it quite vividly. It was the summer between my 6th and 7th years. I read in the Prophet about a wizard who'd been selling alchemy eggs and disappeared in the mountains near my home. I knew of the alchemy, of course, from my studies, but they are native to lands east of here, such as India. I wondered if it was possible that an alchemy could be so nearby. Hence, I went to find it.
Seems quite a challenge, finding an alchemy in the mountains.
It was. After a few
I'm
days,
pretending I know what an
during which my
alchemy
parents
is.
grew increasingly annoyed at my absence, I found what little remained of the wizard egg trader. He was near a tree hollow. And there, inside, was a nest with 7 silver alchemy eggs.
What did you do with them?
Nothing. Beasts are to be valued for what they can provide for wizard kind. Protective clothing, potion ingredients, even one cause. Only poachers see the value in ending a beast's life for galleons. I left the eggs alone. I hid, and moments later, the beast flew right over my head. Breathtaking. She then seemed to all but disappear as she shrunk to fit into the hollow.
That sounds incredible.
Indeed.
Oh, right. This is
I
that
knew
snake
in that
thing that
moment
grows.
that I
It's in
needed to
Fantastic
understand
Beasts.
all that I could about beasts and ensure that wizard kind learned to benefit properly from them. Now, I trust that I have answered your question. You would do well to continue your study of beasts, regardless of your chosen path. Beasts and all that they provide will vastly improve your life, and perhaps one day even save it.
I shall remember that, Professor. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Artichoke. What now? Speak to Sebastian, rescue Biscuit. That for some reason was crashing my game. Go to Forbidden Forest, maybe I'll do that. Bug. Here goes nothing.
Just my luck. A troll.
Come on. Nope. Oh, I got the troll. I did it.
Rest easy, my large friend.
Rest easy, my large friend. You just killed the guy. What do you mean, friend? Deluxe House Cloak. That's a name.
That should do it. I'd better get back to Sakurissa now.
Historically speaking, there's never been a...
Sakurissa, I found the booba tubers you needed.
Splendid. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. May I have them?
Those things smelled awful. And you're a pretty shitty person, so I'm gonna be a shitty person back to you.
It actually was a spot of
It
trouble.
really was.
You never mentioned I might encounter a troll. I think you should pay me more.
I suppose a higher price is less offensive than being forced to regard the hideous, greasy pustules plaguing our pubescent classmates. Thank you, and your payment, of course. Now I can begin perfecting my potion to save our poor pimply peers. Don't know who should be more grateful, I or our unsightly spotty classmates. One day the wizarding world will know my name, and you will have been a small part of it.
Oh, that's an hideous outfit. I did that quest for that? Hmm.
Toadstool tails always made me.
That's a nice view. Ah, here we go. Serpent Beast window. Although Slytherins like to think this window is somehow a tribute to their house founder, is actually a serpent beast coiled around a tree that extends from the mouth of the legendary Green Man. Okay, let's go to the Undercroft. We've added a lot of candles and stuff.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
Oh, I forgot about that weird door thingy.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
I don't agree with, I feel like I'm in the middle and there's no middle answer. It's like you, I mean, we did what we had to do. We would have died in there if we didn't use Crucio. But, like, the way that this thing is going very black and white with this, and if I were in the Wizarding World, I would be very middle ground of, they're unforgivable curses and they're labeled that because you can't control what somebody does with those things. Those spells can be, but so, point being is that so often these moralities exist because so many people have different interpretations, and so as a society, to keep things stable and to keep, like in this case, from everyone just freely killing each other, you have to create the societal understanding of a killing curse is bad because there are going to be people who use it for bad, whereas, you know, somebody else might use it in self-defense. And it's this very complex, and that this questline is lacking that nuance. So that middle ground answer of, like, I understand where Sebastian's coming from, but he's the extreme of it. But then your answers are either you full on agree with him, or you say you're regretting your Miss Goody Two Shoes. And I would say it's more of the middle. It's, yeah, we had to do it, but we still have to understand that these curses are unforgivable for a reason. So I feel like I'm gonna lean towards I agree we had to do what we had to do.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I get it, but he's grasping for a, you know, a spark of hope, and I guess it's not a bad thing. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like we should tell Ominous about this. But I know Ominous won't take kindly to it, and for good reason. I just don't really want to encourage this behavior in Sebastian. And I understand he's desperate. We should tell Ominous. He's gonna find out.
He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar,
He
Sebastian.
was going to find out.
You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
No, he really doesn't.
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I'm with Ominous on this.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
Yeah, what happened? This is intriguing. Tell me more.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
The spellbook is concerning.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
I'm with Ominous. Yeah, I'm on Ominous's side with this whole thing.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm
Velio.
most pleased to be included.
Oh. Dear Professor Garlic, how very thoughtful of you. And to remember that strawberries are my favorite. They are sweet as can be. It's no wonder muggles love them. Everything you cultivate seems to be of such high quality. From bitterroot to berries, I do hope my darling niece can learn this skill while it's under your tutelage. Lenora so adores you, as do all of your students, I'm sure. Okay.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Oh, it's you! Just the person I need.
Samantha, is everything all right?
No, it's not. It's my brother William. The one I told you about after Charms class. He's been cursed. He ignored my warning and now he's lying in St. Mungo's looking completely pathetic. He simply never listens.
I'm sorry. How exactly has he been cursed?
Oh, you won't believe it. Truly, but his feet were turned into purple beets. You can imagine his distress. And mine. I won't even go into the attention he was getting from our garden rabbits before he admitted himself to hospital.
That's hilarious.
Beats for feet. How hilarious. I mean, how terrible. Horrible. Truly.
You and the entire school may find it funny, but the situation is dire.
Well, it is an unusual situation. How did your brother end up like this?
It's entirely his own fault. I told him about
All
some
the more
research I'd
reason
done
to
recently
laugh.
on our ancestor Marmaduke Dale. In particular, my discovery that Marmaduke's tomb was cursed. My brother's always making fun of my discoveries. This time, he laughed in my face. Told me I'd misinterpreted my findings. As if that were possible. And to prove his point, he went right up to the entrance of the tomb and poof! His feet transfigured into beets.
I feel like he kind of deserved it. Literally, they're not going to be that cruel.
How awful. I can see why you're upset. He definitely needs some help.
Exactly. He may be a cape flapper, but he's still my brother. And no one deserves such a fate to last forever, especially as the result of a single brainless mistake. Now I worry that if the curse isn't reversed, it could become permanent.
Can't the curse be broken?
Possibly. The curse stems from a crest that was stolen from Marmaduke. If the crest were returned to its rightful place upon his sarcophagus, then I believe that William's feet may be restored. You battled trolls when they attacked Hogsmeade, escaped a dragon, and I could tell by your work and charms that you're a skilled spellcaster. Returning a crest to a sarcophagus should be almost effortless for you. So, will you help us?
Yeah. Will my feet become beets if I help? I feel like I should ask these questions.
Why was Marmaduke's tomb cursed?
The curse is the result of an intense sibling rivalry between Granham Dale and his younger brother Marmaduke. Marmaduke was a famed herbologist, and Granham resented the attention that he received.
Sibling rivalry. Sounds as if it might run in the family.
But I would never intentionally curse my brother, not like Granham did. When their mother died, Marmaduke was given the prized family crest. Granham felt that as the eldest child, he should have been given it. Years later, when Marmaduke died, Granham stole it and cursed the tomb so that none in the Dale family could ever pay their respects.
How do you know it's safe? I don't want my feet to turn into beets as well.
Oh, but the curse only applies to Marmaduke's descendants, as my brother so aptly demonstrated. That's why I need your help. You're unrelated to my family, so the curse wouldn't affect you.
Interesting.
Why is your ancestor so well known?
He discovered the properties of several magical herbs and plants. He also uncovered numerous types of flora. The wizarding world owes him a great debt. His work not only impacted the discipline of herbology, but also potion making.
I can take the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus for you.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! You'll simply go into the tomb where Marmaduke was laid to rest and place the crest on top of his sarcophagus. According to my research, the tomb's been abandoned for centuries, so it should be a fairly simple task. You'll find it just east of the hamlet of Brockborough. Thank you for your help. My family is indebted to you.
I need to find the tomb near Brockborough and place Samantha's family crest on a sarcophagus there.
Aha, there this one is. Portrait of Sir Cardarden was allegedly a friend of Merlin himself, and as such became a sworn knight of the Round Table. Although he is only really known to the wizarding world, he is famous for his defeat of the Wyvern of Warai, and now spends his days challenging students to duels. Wow, you've fallen, my dude. You've really fallen from grace. Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, here we go, okay. So that should be 2. Triangle should be 1. And this should be... Aha! Solved Hogwarts secret. Ooh. Oh. 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 What have I discovered? Ooh. Oh, this should be fun.
Revelio.
Peevesy has a special
Hello,
knack.
Peeves.
It's tormenting Professor Black.
Tormenting Professor Black, huh? Okay, 12 plus the spider is 8. Hang on. 8.
Ooh, such fun.
That'd be... So we need... the... horsey thing. Okay. And then we have 9. We have unicorn, which is 1. We have that, which is 7, so 8. Plus 1 would be unicorn. Oh, would you look at that?
Revelio.
Ah, an oil painting of a beautiful Gregorian and her suitor, whose eyes are wisely averted as he bends to kiss her hand. It is said that the artist who painted this accidentally gazed at his subject when he delivered the painting, and is now forever a sculpture in the garden of Greece. Interesting, so we got a bunch of statues. Hang on. There we go.
I swear it wasn't what you think, my cherub. Your eyes deceived you.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they did. Now, what have I found here? This is a puzzle room. Puzzle room 1. I've done that puzzle room, though.
Revelio.
Statue of Gregory the Smari. This statue with an integrated deprecating grin depicts the medieval wizard Gregory the Smari, the wizard famous for inventing Unctuctus Unconchon? I have no idea what I'm saying. Potion that makes the drinker believe whoever gave them the potion is their best friend.
Revelio.
Interesting. Okay, what goods do we have in here?
Revelio.
Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's just a fancy box. Ooh.
Mine now, demiguise.
I got another demiguise by unlocking a place. Okay, that's just another door. That's a wall. Okay. I'd be more than happy to take any excess puffkins hair from you. I could collect it when I next make a delivery to the castle. Sounds as if you have plenty for your classroom needs. Perhaps you might even have time for a cup of tea. A little bird told me you once encountered in Kami. I can't say I'd mind hearing about that. I once encountered a young Welsh Green when I was collecting toad hides in the west. Of course, it could have been a baby wyvern, hard to tell at that age. Anyway, not for the faint of heart, is it? The life with magical beasts. Looking forward to your response. Okay.
Revelio. Revelio.
This is a full-on house. Huh. Not crazy about it. Thrustrels. Oh wow. There's a bunch of stuff up here. What does this say? Dear Diary. Every day it becomes more difficult to put on a brave face as I care for my beloved Hogwarts. Daily, it seems I stumble upon yet another demiguise statue. Who's behind this? Whom have I wronged to such an extent that they must now torture me with these foul things? I despair. Ever since I encountered that horrible creature in Hogsmeade, I have been unable to sleep. I fear I am not only distracted from my duties by these blasted statues, but I might also be looking rather worse for wear without my requisite 8 to 9 hours of slumber. I must remain steadfast. If I falter, to whom will the students look for guidance in these magical halls? Hogwarts would certainly fall into a state of utter chaos if I were to abandon my post for even one day. I must remain strong for my students, for Hogwarts. Okay, so that's from Mr. Moon. So he taught me Alohomora, and what do? I break into his place. No, Thrustrels. Can I steal these Thrustrels? These cannot be rescued. Okay. At first glance, one might be inclined to alert the authorities regarding this site. Rest assured, however, that it is merely bloody meat used to feed the Thrustrels. Ah.